you naughty boy, you left the eye open. Now, you don't normally leave that eye open.
Well, we do sometimes.
And this week with Lydia, you did.
So we didn't have rain this week, so we left it open. It wasn't raining.
Don't use the English weather as your excuse.
It wasn't it, yeah. But when they're chanting, you can't ignore it, and if we close the eye, she might be trying to hear things. She took it on, she loved it.
Yeah, she loved it. So 4 housemates up this week, the most we've had so far.
Yeah.
Does that make your job a lot harder?
I don't think it's harder. We just have to prep for everybody, because on the night we only get told the person's name 2 minutes before Brian announces it, so we've got to prep all the interviews, all the clips, everything kind of prep. So it's a bit more work, but they're all going to come out eventually.
But you're a pro, so it's just like...
We've done it before,
But then at least, surely, you've got all the...
everything,
for the future, you've got all their questions ready.
So it's
You've just got to add a few more
hand for the future weeks, yes.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah.
So you weren't here last week.
No.
Because he was out on a date.
Amazing.
You were on a date, weren't you?
Yes,
And there must be something in the water that we give people at Big Brother's Bit on the Side, because after Jodie Marsh and Kirk Norcross came on the show on Tuesday, they went back to Jodie's house and did this.
Oh, my God.
That's not real, though, is it?
Yeah. That was from after they came on the show last week. So I hope your date... I was going to say I hope you weren't doing things like that, but I kind of hope you were.
It was brilliant. It was really brilliant. It was actually a member of your team that I was on a date with.
Why hasn't a member of my team told me?
Because they're a bit embarrassed.
What, to be on a date with you?
Yeah.
Oh, no! No. Thank you, Jamie.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Imogen. I'll see you guys in a little while. Now, it's fair to say that there's not much love lost between our 4 housemates that are up for the public vote this week. So we, at Bit on the Side, thought it would be an excellent idea to squish them all into the diary room together to answer some of your questions. It could never be awkward, could it?
No.
No, really? Never. No.
Hello, housemates.
Hiya.
Hello.
You're a gentleman, aren't you? Letting the ladies sit on the floor. Big Brother's Bit on the Side has some questions for you. Are you all right at the back?
Yeah, we're good.
What are they doing?
But we're paranoid now. Not sleep.
Aaron, the first questions are for you.
Right. I hope you're ready for the truth and the honest opinion. When I'm in this diary room, it all comes out.
Aaron, do you think you're a rapscallion?
No, I think that comment was absolutely ridiculous. What is a rapscallion?
Is that a little shit?
Oh, I heard what he said.
Aaron, if you could pull a prank with Big Brother's help, what would you do?
Something to these two.
Aaron, how will you cope if Connor leaves?
I'll be gutted and disappointed that I have to live with one of these two, as opposed to him.
He won't have his brain anymore because Connor's his brain.
At least he has one.
He'll be walking around the house. Oh, what do I do now? My brain's gone. Ooh. He doesn't have his own mind.
Yeah. Did you hear laughter after that? No, I didn't.
Becky, what do you think your chances of surviving this week?
Not much at all, really.
Connor, why do you think your housemates nominated you?
Because they're backstabbing bastards.
Yeah, probably because they're threatened, because they think I'm some sort of, from what I heard yesterday, they think I'm some sort of superhero and I can't be touched, which is fucking hilarious. And probably because they all follow Scott the sheep, the human tampon, so they all follow him and whatever he has to say, because supposedly me and Aaron's done something to upset him, so...
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because you're being nasty.
No, because you...
Oh, yeah, we're being nasty, yeah. Probably, yeah. Have I been nasty towards you?
No.
Yeah, well, that's right. So why'd you nominate me?
I'm not discussing.
Bullshit. So there you go. Proves a point. Boom.
She picks on the easily influenced people.
Boys.
It influences them.
They are, because I've never said anything about you in here, Connor. I know all you've been is nasty since I've been here from day one.
I've never said nasty word towards you, anything
No,
at
you
all.
say it behind my back.
Because you do the exact same to everybody else.
I have not.
Bullshit.
You know what you'll see when you get out of here? I didn't even realise that you had a problem, but I keep hearing it from everyone else. You're never man enough to say it to my face.
Man enough?
I know, horrible boys.
Connor.
Yo.
Who is the sneakiest housemate?
There's Dina, there's Becky, there's Scott, There's a few others as well.
Main ones.
Yeah, 3 main ones,
So
yeah.
you that can't say it to the person's face and
Yeah.
behind the person's back.
3 main
That's
ones.
sneaky.
Who, me? I told you to your
No, this
face.
is Connor. I'm talking to Connor.
Dina, which housemate would you most like to evict?
Connor. Because he's been horrible to me from the day I put him up for eviction on the first night, and he's never gotten over it.
How are you all feeling about tomorrow night?
Couldn't get it.
All right.
Fresh. Let's do it.
You came in here, you've been a whole different person, Aaron.
I am in the Dazza. Can be honest in the diary room, can't I?
happy.
Good. That's what you get for nominating people.
Yeah.
So funny. Because you got your sidekick with you. Oh, your sidekick.
He changes, completely different person. He's okay, like
He's
when
been
he's not with
lovely
Connor,
on
he's
the
not
tab.
bad, I always say that, but when he's with Connor, he's just a completely different person.
I have to support you as a team, don't I? That's where I come from. I come from a team. You've got to support your team regardless whether you like them or not. Sorry, girls.
What a nasty bugger you are.
Housemates, you are now free to leave the diary room.
Thank you.
I will see it, I'm not ready to say anything back.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
Literally the nastiest thing I've ever heard. Nasty.
Welcome back to Big Brother's Bitch on the Side, causing a shitstorm in the house since July 2012. OK, let's talk about our 4 heavy hitters who are up for eviction this week. So we have Aaron, Becky, Connor and Dina. And in the interest of fairness, we're going to go through them in alphabetical order and we'll give them each the same amount of time so that no one shouts, "You spoke about so-and-so too much, you spoke about so-and-so too much." So let's start with Aaron, Imogen. He vowed that if he stayed in the house, he would cause a storm. So do you think this is going to help him, as far as viewers are concerned, or help to get him booted out?
I think after that clip we just saw, I think it's either him or Connor who's going to go. So I think, you know, he's got a strong chance of going now.
Well, how did you all feel about that clip? The diary room.
Connor's definitely going to go. I thought he acted really horrible in there, and he is a horrible person, and I hope he goes tomorrow.
Connor needs to go so Aaron comes into his own.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Connor needs to go so Aaron comes into his own. And
So
then
do you feel like he's been led by Connor?
Yeah, completely.
It's like a lapdog. Aaron's like a lapdog around Connor.
Which is what, was it Dina that called him a lapdog? I think it was.
He's very much living in his shadow, isn't he? He really looks up to Connor, like, a lot.
Can I just say, Emma, I'm infuriated by watching just that clip now. They shouldn't even call themselves men after that. First of all, first thing, yeah, you don't let women sit on the floor right in front of you and play silly buggers behind them. And then the second thing, like, they were just like, I don't know, we just need to come together and just vote for the girls in order for one of them smug faces to leave the house.
OK, well, I think it's definite, as we've just talked about, that Aaron and Connor definitely have a bromance going on in the house. So do you find this works in their favour when you're in there? You had, obviously, Kirk and Frankie in your year. So is it something that should be avoided, or...?
Massively avoided. Kirk and Frankie are completely different, because Connor's just a dick.
Oh, no, I'm not comparing them. I just kind of mean...
But I think, because the worst thing is like, you know, you've got 2 people, there's one voice, and where one goes, the other follows. So you could be sitting down and have a conversation with 2 guys, one would get up and go and get a cup of tea, and the other one would follow him, and you're left on your own. But also, you know, especially you get guilty by association, and Connor is such a horrible person that Aaron is guilty of being horrible with him, because he's following him along, and people think of them both now as one rather than 2 people.
OK. We need to move on to Becky, just because we have to be fair in the amount of time we give each person. So some housemates, Lynn, have accused her of being an actress. Do you think that's a fair assumption?
Do you know what? I went to athletics training with Cardiff University, and they all came up to me after she sang that I'm cooking some chicken. They say, Glenn, she's copying you. She's an actress. She's trying to do that cooking an egg song. But I was like, yeah, maybe she is. I think she's taken a little bit of every ex-housemate that's been in the past, and she's put it, and she's micking.
You just said
Like she was trying to do a Nikki Graham in the diary room the other day. Like, who is she?
She did actually say, who is she, the other day. I did see that. The public voted her in, so does this stand her in good stead that the public will keep her in?
No. It's a disadvantage. Before Becky went in the house, she demonstrated she had this bubbly, big, beautiful bosomed woman, and everyone saw her before she went in. But then she goes in, and then it's just like, huh. They should have got that guy with the flute in, and then he could have shut Caroline up with the flute.
Is that being overpowered by bigger characters in the house, though? Do you think Becky expected to be one of the biggest personalities in there and has kind of gone in and is dampened by everybody else?
Right, we could talk about her being dampened down, but one thing is fair. Glenn was talking about, well, you know, slightly saying that she's becoming a victim of the two lads and everything like that, but she's a character of her own. She came in bold and brash. Stick up for yourself, stand up for yourself and show your real character.
We have another clip in a little while that might just show her doing that. Right, we've got to move on to Connor, although I'm slightly scared to do it with you lot in here tonight.
Get Connor out!
Imogen. Okay. Do you think he overreacted to being put up for eviction?
Yes. Yeah, I think he's got a massive ego and it's really dampened him. And he's thinking, what the heck? I'm up for eviction now. Oh my God.
And he's trying to pretend like he doesn't care either.
I know, but
really cares.
It's the nature of the beast. They know what they're getting into. They know that eventually, unless you're in the final five, you're gonna face the public vote. That is what this show does every week.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with showing that he's upset about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's coming down on him for showing that.
Yeah, but the things he's done as a result of that is just like making people into victims, talking to people in a rude way, constantly.
He's kind of rudely too, Nicola.
Yeah, but he has been.
I love that you two are together and you've both got either side of the argument. It's great. Most of the housemates. Sorry, Imogen. Most of the housemates have commented on Connor that he's the one with possibly the most desire to win. So, is that quite dangerous for your sole intention to go into that house to be a winner?
Massively.
Is it going in
massively,
in the wrong
because
headspace?
it's an environment, everyone's in it to win, but it's an environment where somehow you have to be a team player to be able to win. And that guy has become so obsessed with winning that it's completely taken him to what he thinks is another level to everybody else, where it's almost he's like above everyone saying, I'm up here, try and get up here with me if you can. And everybody's kind of just looking up to him and not really interested, but he's preaching. It's almost like I've won, you know, I'm preaching, I can stand up here and do it. When really it's coming across, it's just making him look absolutely terrible.
The trouble with Connor, I think, he's not intelligent enough, because I was desperate to win. I'm not calm about it, like, I wanted to win, like, but I kept it up here and I kept thinking week by week, who can I get out for me to get to the final and try and win the show? But because he's saying what he's doing, I'm the champion, you're leaving, it just makes him...
So he's not thinking about it enough?
No, he's not thinking about it enough. Like, he needs to think properly.
OK, we need to move on to Dina to give her an equal amount of time. Is she just too nice for this, what is essentially quite a bitchy big brother this year?
I like Dina. I think she's hilarious.
But is she just too nice of a person?
You know, if I was in there with Dina, I would just say, Dina, do me a favour, turn around, I'd stick a rocket up her ass. Because literally, I swear, literally...
I really didn't expect you to say that, guys.
I'd like, literally, come on, do something. Like, put us... If somebody spoke to somebody... The way she was just spoken about in that diary room, it's like, do you know what? If I was... I would never... One, you'd never speak to a woman like that, but please, you know, you'd expect... Stand up and stand your ground, like.
Definitely.
Get up there. Don't take it.
But she does stand the ground sometimes, though. She did say about Ashley and Lucas, your relationship is fake.
She did, and she's had a few goes at Aaron as well when he's
so she has
had
got
to
a
go
voice.
at her. The insiders, Imogen, seem to, what we call the insiders, really seem to have it in for her. So is she just going to be put up week after week after week if she doesn't go tomorrow?
Definitely, but I think they'd be quite surprised if she doesn't go. Because then they're going to be like, oh, my God, what? Well, maybe the public like her, or we won't even bother voting for her again.
Right.
So
And
I
very
think
quickly,
it might turn a little bit.
who do you think's going to go?
Oh, Connor.
Imogen?
Either Connor or Aaron now.
Glyn?
I want Connor out, but I think it's Becky that's going.
Yes. What do you guys think? Becky? Connor? Connor? Aaron? A random Aaron there. OK, we've spoken about their behaviour inside the house, but what were they like before they got banged up in the bungalow? Here's what happened when Jamie met Aaron, Becky, Connor and Dina.
All right.
Right, Matt.
What's your name? Connor. Connor?
Dina.
Dina. Aaron. Oh. Could have done your nails.
I know I could
You look like a princess.
Oh, thank you.
What makes you so fucking special? Come here at the auditions.
You thought it was from Sheffield?
I thought you were what?
From Sheffield.
From Sheffield, did I? I'm not very good with accents. Explain electricity to me in 8 words.
Electricity is man-made.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's channeled by men to produce light.
Don't touch it with water. It will hurt.
Very good. 8 words, Good. Justin Bieber has his believers. What are you going to call your fans when you come out of the Big Brother house?
My little dinos.
You've already had that plan. There was no messing around. You've dreamt of this
A
day.
lot of people call me Dino the dinosaur.
Dinos.
Yeah.
That's quite good, guys.